And once again, Pakistan's nefarious plot has been caught on camera. In the garb of ceasefire agreement, Pakistan has increased the number of terrorists in its launch pads. The public has accessed visuals of one such launch pad inside Pakistan territory on the international border. You can closely look at these images that we're putting out, where a group of 4 terrorists can be seen near the international border. All this happening under cover by Pakistan Rangers, and these terror camps are right next to Pakistan Ranger posts. Security agencies, meanwhile, have been put on alert, keeping in view heightened activity in these terror launch pads. Remember how so far 6 terrorists who tried to enter Indian territory have been killed in just the last 1 month in Jammu region. Let me bring in my colleague Gursimran, who's getting us these exclusive visuals. Good morning to you, Gursimran. It's all there for people to judge in open, because these visuals speak for themselves, and one can clearly see that these are terror launch pads in Pakistan territory, of course, but right next to the international border. Tell us what we can make of these visuals first up, Gursimran.
See, Christine, these visuals speaks of what Pakistan is up to, because it's been almost 6 months of the ceasefire agreement, but Pakistan is using this time to build the terror infrastructure along the line of control and international border. These visuals accessed by the Republic Media Network, they are from the international border, where Pakistan is building up its launch pads, and the activities have heightened to a larger extent. These are the visuals where 4 terrorists can be seen. They are getting an idea how they can sneak into the Indian territory. So this is something really serious, and these terror launch pads are just next to the Pakistani post there on the international border. So this clearly means that the Pakistani Rangers, they are helping their helping hand to Pakistani terrorists so that they can infiltrate into the Indian territory. It is for the first time that these terrorists who are trying to sneak into the Indian territory have been caught on camera, and these visuals are exclusively accessed by Republic Media Network. Top officials in the establishment have also confirmed to Republic that there has been a heightened activity across the launch pads, and multiple attempts have been made. 3 to 4 such attempts have been foiled in past 1 month, wherein 6 terrorists have been killed who were trying to sneak into the Indian territory. And if you go by these visuals, these visuals are all into 2 halves. The first half is you can see that there is a Pakistani post in which the Pakistani flag is lying, and behind that there is a thick forest cover, and that cover is used to hide these terror camps. And the second visuals are of that very same area, just some 100 to 150 meter next to it. You can see 3 to 4 terrorists who have come really very near to the international border, the fence. They have come really close to that, and they were looking at something. So what we are being told by our sources in the security establishment, that this was the plan of Pakistani terrorists to sneak into the Indian territory. What we are being told, that this video is some 3 to 4 days old. This is what we are being told. That means ahead of 15 August, Pakistan is trying to push in terrorists into the Indian territory. And you just imagine that what kind of access Pakistani terrorists are having to Pakistani Rangers, that they have come out in open very near to the international border to have a look how they can sneak into the Indian territory. We have seen time and again Pakistan has been denying that they won't be allowing their land to be used against any foreign country. But the reality is that Pakistan is harboring
every trick in the book. Gursimran, stay on with us. We also have Major General G.D. Bakshi joining us on the phone line. Good morning to you, Major General G.D. Bakshi. We're putting out here visuals on Republic TV, sir, of how Pakistan has increased activity in terror launch pads along the international border. Sir, Pakistan trying every trick in the book, but all of those attempts failing clearly. They've resorted to this whole drone menace recently. Yesterday we were breaking down details of those tiffin box in which IEDs have been fitted, and now, of course, trying to push in infiltrators. But none of this is going to work. They need to get the message straight.
Not only will it not work, it will entail a price that Pakistan will have to pay. If it thinks that it is the old la days that they killed 165 people in Mumbai, and there was no retaliation, they can think again. We will not just fight reactively, defensively on our own soil and do only consequence management. We will hit across the border like we did in Uri, like we did in Balakot. And they should be prepared for that kind of escalatory spiral. They seem to have forgotten The simple fact is that after Balaport for almost 22 months, including when we took away Article 370, they did nothing. They did nothing because they were scared. It is then that China launched these incursions into Ladakh or tried to intrude into Ladakh to tell Pakistan ki maybe who, don't worry, go ahead with your asymmetric war. And since then we have found a new phase in which Pakistan, even though it is finding it very difficult to cross the line of control, it is using a totally revamped strategy of using drones to supply arms, weapons, explosives, drugs, and counterfeit money, etc., to the terrorists to get them going. It has been trying to revive terrorism both in J&K and Punjab in a very, very concerted and major way. May I just remind them, if you think there will be no consequences, you are a tad mistaken. This is not the India of 26/11. India will retaliate and raise costs and consequences. So
Yes.
we are getting these reports continuously of Pakistan, the ISI getting unduly active, unduly muscular by trying to, 1.5 years they have been sending drones and then they crossed the threshold by using drones to attack our airfield. It's another matter that it proved to be a total damn squib and did nothing to the airfield per se. But the fact is they have crossed a dangerous threshold and they push us a bit more and they will get it right back and in the neck. In the neck. They can then choose how much they want
Yes.
to escalate.
Yes. Absolutely. Meanwhile, India too has been sending out warnings of strong consequences. Well, we have Major General S.P. Sinha also joining us on this broadcast. Major General Sinha, two things once again becoming extremely clear if we go by these visuals. Firstly, goes without saying that Pakistan is violating the ceasefire agreement both in letter and in spirit. Secondly, once again highlighting how the Pakistan territory is a safe haven for terrorists because these terror launch pads are right next to Pak Ranger posts.
You see, Pakistan has never honored any one of the 11 pacts that India has signed with Pakistan. Not one pact has been honored. The pact you are mentioning is that Pakistan had given a commitment. Musharraf had given a commitment to Vajpayee ji that Pakistan's land will not be used for terrorism against India. So all these are big talk. On the ground, nothing happens. You know the character and DNA of Pakistan. You see why the Pakistan's frustration is mounting because after India's Prime Minister become chairman of UNSC, and the way we are hitting Pakistan, the frustration of Pakistan is mounting. Secondly, it is a very well calculated strategy on part of China and Pakistan that keep LOC and LSC very active so that the attention of the Indian army is diverted and so that they are not able to concentrate on one front only. That's two. Thirdly, what I want to say that it is a big cross area. Now we have Rafale. We can use Rafale instead of more. And means you don't and you use that system from your own border and target the 76 launch and the new launch pads that you are mentioning about. So we have to destroy these launch pads. They can keep constructing. We should continue bombarding them and we should continue destroying them. If situation aggravates, let it. Pakistan does not have guts. They have no money to fight war. They are beggars. So once we know the weakness of our enemy, we need to take part. Fourthly, what I want to say, that Pakistan's obsession with Jammu and Kashmir will never evaporate. It will never go away. We should understand this. Fifthly, Pakistan is very keen that India should talk to Pakistan on the issue because it gives two advantages. A, Pakistan government and others give some more in Pakistan. B, it is international media attention is gone on this issue. Pakistan gets mileage, it gets media coverage, it gets so it is a way of propaganda warfare. And therefore, I believe that we need to hit Pakistan very hard. Pakistan should be convinced that the cost-benefit analysis of this adventure in India will be very, very detrimental for Pakistan, will be very, very costly. If we do all this, I think Pakistan will be scared slightly. But the DNA of Pakistan is a rogue state. You keep hitting Pakistan, it will keep coming back. And with all humiliation, hate on Pakistan, it is a shameless country which will never give up its mischief. So we need to keep hitting Pakistan. The moment you give rest to enemy, the enemy will try to fall back. But the moment you keep hitting enemy continuously, you must have seen a boxing match. If you keep hitting the opponent is on guard. But if you give little space, the opponent will bounce on you. So that is the trick. That is the strategy. We should learn from boxing.
Yes.
We should continue punching Pakistan's nose so that Pakistan's nose keeps bleeding. We have to beat Pakistan. One day we should beat Pakistan to death. Pakistan's destiny is only death, nothing
Yes.
else. I'm convinced that if we don't finish Pakistan from map of earth, Pakistan will continue to do mischief and our soldiers' wives will continue to become widows. This needs to be stopped.
Yes. Yes. Major General Sinha, we're facing a little bit of audio trouble with your line. But yes, we do get your point straight of how Pakistan seems to be not learning its lessons right. And of course, the frustration they're peaking. Thank you for speaking to us. We also have Colonel V.N. Thapar joining us on the phone line this morning. Good morning, Colonel Thapar. Now, the whole world is watching this very closely, with the Pentagon also recently coming out. And of course, this is in context to the situation, the ongoing situation in Afghanistan. But when the Pentagon says that these safe havens are only providing a source of more insecurity and instability across Afghanistan, the message is clear. The world is also very closely watching what Pakistan is up to.
No, the world is watching what Pakistan is up to, but what is the world doing? That is what is the question. What has the Pentagon really contributed? They have left the Afghan people in a lurch. And there was no reason for doing the kind of act that they have done and the bloodshed that is taking place there. Pakistan is least concerned in it. Pakistan has been the agent provocateur of everything that has happened. And to expect them to, just because the Pentagon is watching, the game of inducting or supporting the terrorists, the Taliban, has been going on for decades now. It's not a new phenomenon that has started. And Pentagon has been watching it. The ex-servicemen of the United States themselves say that we have put some blinkers on our face, on our heads, and we don't see what Pakistan is doing. So therefore, this double game of trying to make the world believe that they are watching, they are doing, what have they done? Ultimately, the people of Afghanistan, the whole nation has been almost destroyed. They are running helter-skelter for seeking shelter in some friendly place where they can go. And Pakistan has closed its gates because they don't want any problem to accrue in their area because of their economy, the way their economy is. So those guys are dying. Today also a report was there that a person is so sick and is dying, but they are not allowing him to come inside. So these are the kind of human problems. The nation has been totally undone. I fear that the situation that was prevailing in 90s is bound to come back there. There will be bloodbaths, there will be massacre. And, of course, Pentagon and NATO will keep watching. They will keep watching the situation. And Pakistan, who wants all this, who is at the back of all this, whose troops are actually involved now in the operations that are going on, the Taliban, they keep watching, so they can keep on watching. There's nothing concrete that has happened on the ground. So that is one thing, and Pakistan is not going to allow the refugees to come from America. Can allow the refugees to come to US, but Pakistan is not going to allow anybody to come inside. They have already closed their gates. So the people will have to suffer. Either they get killed, they get uprooted and go to some other place while America keeps on watching. and once in a while they do their target practice by making a show of air attacks and all. But on the ground, the situation is getting very bad. It's a matter of time when all the rest of the territory which is left will come in the control of the Taliban, and then the same old story will start, because they are having their warlords, they are having their chieftains, and there is no central authority to control them like old times. So therefore, there'll be problems, very big problems, and we'll keep watching. All of us will keep watching, doing nothing about it. And Pakistan is having a heyday. They are getting their what they wanted, their aim achieved. So ultimately, it is the Afghan nation to pay the price for the irresponsible behavior of the United States.
Absolutely. You're right in pointing out that US has been saying for a long time now that the conversations are taking place with Pakistani leadership as far as safe havens along the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan are concerned. But if we go by these visuals, Colonel Thapar, India at it and is continuously aiming to wipe out terror from J&K. These are, of course, heightened activities along the international border. Republic keeping our viewers ahead on this story this morning. Thank you, Colonel Thapar, for joining us with those details and perspective, of course.